Good morning, all the wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary, and beautiful people. Let us rise little energy. Can you give me your beautiful smile? No contest. Just give your smile. Nitiji, please. Thank you. And somebody asked me, what is this EMC? I said, what is important to us? Important to us is our life. Okay. What is so important in life today? Yes, today is so important. What is so important in today morning? Because that is the time it sets tone for the rest of the day, and it is going to carry the entire day how we live. Yes, if we want to do something good, if we want to change our life, if we want to improve our life, we have to empower this morning. So that is the base idea behind all this initiative, and we are all so fortunate, lucky that we have a person like Sukhdev who learned all the modalities and who has got a bigger heart to share the knowledge and see you getting transformed. That's what we are doing here, and rightly we call as a empowering morning conversation. Why conversation? We try to do this transformation through the conversation. That's what we believe in. And we also strongly believe that all of life can be ease, joy, and glory. With that introduction, I welcome once again all of you, and very sorry for little technical glitch, which we took little more time to start the session. And anyway, we started, and I assure you, we have so many exciting things today and so many great stuff to discuss and discover our inner potentials. To start with, we have a great person, our beautiful Niti. Niti ji, what is that you're going to give us?
Thank you, Vetri sir. We will be going through the gratitude exercise together. Like yesterday, we will go through the initial phase will be gratitude to the body parts, and then we'll give gratitude to our parents and all the important people in life. And then we will end it with gratitude to our Creator, the Almighty. So if you all can sit back, relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath, let go, relax. Close your eyes. Take another deep breath, let go, relax. Another deep breath, let go, relax. Now focus your mind on your feet, your big toe, the fingers of your feet, your soul. Give gratitude, express gratitude to your feet that take you everywhere you want to go. From the feet, bring your focus to your ankles. Express your gratitude to your ankles for all the support. From the ankles, move up to the calves, expressing your gratitude, coming up into the knees. From the knees, move your attention to your thighs, along the femur bone into the pelvis region, expressing gratitude for the unconditional support of each body part. Focus on your entire pelvis genital region and slowly move your attention and gratitude towards the inner organs of the body, the larger intestines to the smaller intestines, and through, keep moving up towards the lungs, expressing gratitude to all internal organs, including your liver, stomach, the pancreas. Gratitude to the lungs, that help us breathe in all the oxygen to give us the energy. Gratitude to the heart. Come up to the shoulders. Now bring your focus to your fingertips, your touch points, expressing gratitude. Moving your focus into your hands, the palm and your complete hand, to the wrist, and travel up the entire length of your arms, crossing the elbow joint and coming back to the shoulders, expressing gratitude to each part. From the shoulders, move up to your neck, the throat, the voice box, into your mouth, salivary glands, your tongue, your teeth, expressing gratitude. Moving your focus to your nose, the eyes that help you see the entire world around you, expressing gratitude. To the ears, to the cheeks, to your forehead, and the top of your head. Take a moment to once again express your gratitude. Now moving our attention to the two people in our lives who have brought us into this world, our parents. Express gratitude to your parents for all that they've done. And what we are today is the gift that they have given to us. This is all their upbringing. Express your gratitude to them. Now include all the people, all the important people, and the people that you know in your lives who have taught you something, who have gifted you with an experience, some good, some learning, some challenging, but they've all contributed in some way in your life. Express gratitude to each one. Whether they are friends, relatives, colleagues, seniors, boss, vendors, everybody contributes to our lives. Express gratitude to each one of them. The support staff in the office and the support staff at home that unconditionally serve us. Express gratitude to everybody who gives you a smile and wishes you a good day. And ultimately to our Creator, expressing gratitude for all that we are blessed with in our lives. All the experiences, all the growth patterns, all the blessings that we have in our life. Express your gratitude to the Creator once again and be in it for a moment. And when you're ready, rub your hands, massage your face, and then you may open your eyes. Thank you. Over to you, Vetri sir.
Thank you very much, Nitya Madam. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. A person who has got 10 crores, if you are in a different country, think in that country currency, in bank. But what happened due to his busy schedule or kind of occupation, mind occupation, he lost password, username password of net banking. And he has no ATM card also. How he will feel. but suddenly somebody comes and helps him and just give him a username password. It is his own money only, but that username password is only going to help him to access all his wealth. That is the power of this exercise, and it is amazingly done by Nitiji. Thank you very much for just giving us access to our own wealth, which we have deep gratitude to you, Nitiji. Thanks for being there doing that. Now we are getting into our own favorite program. To do that, we have to do little exercise. It's been a while doing exercise. I'm not mentioning the physical exercise. I mean the mouth exercise. So when I say you follow me, we are going to say QEQO 3 times. And I usually jokingly say it's capital, not small letters, meaning you should do it in a big way. Okay, I once again mention it, then we'll start doing it. It's nothing but QQEQO. I think you have taken enough notes. Let's go. Here it goes. 3, 2, 1. Q, E, Q, O. Capital. Q, E, Q, O. Q, E, Q, O. Seems to be a very big O. Thank you very much for that. Now let's get into our laughter therapy, laughter yoga, laughter session. Because exercise, I mean, Nitiji? Yeah, we have the power to generate whatever feeling we want. And obviously, we want the happy feeling to be generated. So when I say 1, 2, 3, we will laugh for 100% for 1 minute. Give your best. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I think that the exercise helps. Now it's big laughter coming. All inspiring laughter. Come on, give it. It's only 30%. I want 100%. Shake your belly. I will give mark only to Gautamji. Beautiful Gautamji. Keep going. Keep it going. Make your tears to come out. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We can witness the shift in our mood. That's what the power we all have. Once again, thanks to Sukhdeepak Ji for teaching us all these great tools. Now we are getting into the core session. For that, we have an amazing person who has fully transformed and in the service of touching people and helping them to change their life. That is none other than our own Ramaji. Ramaji, good morning.
And good morning. Good morning, Vetri. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Vetri. So let's explore something today. So conflict. I think all of us know very well what is conflict, and we are all faced that many times. Okay, the question is, when there is conflict, what's our default mode of action? When there is a conflict, what's your so-called natural action or default action, or what do you do? Whenever there is a conflict, what do you do by default?
You want to prove yourself right.
Okay, you want to prove yourself right. Okay.
We'll go into a shell.
Yes. Yes, some of us go into the shell, and some of us want to prove the point and prove ourselves. Yeah.
Ramaji, sorry to disturb. You make me and Neeti also co-host, please.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, yes. So it is not a uniform action when we are faced with conflict, depending upon many factors. Some of us go into proving ourselves, some of us go into silence. What else?
We will react instead of responding.
Yes, we react because it is so suddenly it is so confusing. The conflict is so confusing. So suddenly you react instead of really understanding what's going on. Okay.
Sometimes you raise your hand.
Okay. In violence?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's so true. Many people who are really, it's not that their intention is to create any problem or they have evil this thing, but it is, they don't know what else to do. That's the reaction which comes up. Yes, Nitiji, you wanted to say something.
Yes, sir. I think I'll tip off from where Hasina ji mentioned that we want to prove ourselves right. And I think the first thing, at least I involuntarily do, is an internal dialogue keeps on going in a loop because I'm trying to convince myself that I have reason to behave this way and it is justified. Whereas part of me also believes that I am overreacting, but that internal dialogue is just to prove to my own self that I am right. And I don't want to own up that I have overreacted or I have wrongly reacted. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for expanding on that. Yeah. So Gautamji, what's your natural action or natural mode or the default mode whenever you are facing conflict?
I generally keep quiet. I just don't enter in the conflict that way because when conflict means is a different opinion, difficult to convince the person. So I just keep quiet and listen.
Right. So keeping quiet. Yes. So there are two types of keeping quiet. One is to keep quiet to understand what's going on and then start forming some action. The other one is keep quiet and ignore it because whatever action I'm going to do, this will create some issue. So let me not do anything about it. Right. So initially keeping quiet is okay, but after that, what happens? So you ignore it.
Ignore it. I ignore
Okay.
it.
Yes, that's some of us do that. Yeah.
Ignore
Some of us ignore it because why unnecessarily rake it up? There will be some issues unnecessarily. Okay. And some
Especially,
of us want to.
Yeah, especially after attending our morning conversation, and this helped me to keep myself cool and understand what is their argue like that. And sometimes major people do this argue unnecessarily for prove their dominance. They do the argue, even they know themselves that is they are pleading for the wrong purpose, wrong idea or wrong cause.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think being cool, keeping cool is important, irrespective of whatever the action you are going to take or not. So that's a great learning from all of this. So, Jonita, we are exploring today the question of when we face with conflict, what's our default mode? What is our default action or reaction? What do we do when each one of us faced with conflict? What do we do? So some of us said that no, we just keep quiet and ignore. Some of us said that we would like to prove our points. Some of us said that we react and we really sometimes become violent. So, Leena ji, are you facing the conflict right now? I mean, there are two devices. Yeah.
The conflict is whether to answer or not.
No, it's a conflict between two devices only.
Now I
Yes.
can
Yes. Yeah, it's good. Go on.
so
Yeah. So basically, mute this one, the what is there in video, and talk in the other one.
yes, I left the other one.
Okay. So this is another way of acting. When there is two of them in conflict, eliminate one.
I should have video off, you know, then only I can. Yeah. So in conflict, generally I get confused, and second thing is anger also developed.
Anger comes out. Why?
Yeah.
Why the anger?
Because the other person is not understanding. That's
Okay. The conflict arises because there is no understanding.
Mhm.
So, okay. What was the first point you said, Leena ji?
Confusion.
Confusion.
Confused.
Yeah. Confusion also. Yes, that happens many a times. Why suddenly, the conflict? We don't even expect, and suddenly there is a conflict. So, confusion. Yes. Some of us face with confusion and anger. Yes. Kamalji, how about you?
For me, like I don't think I'm able to handle the conflict in physical ways. So I just go in deep, go in my shell,
Hmm.
and it takes time to come out from that. But then
Right.
on the other hand, I think okay, I'm not wrong somewhere. It's other person's understanding. No, so because again, first priority is myself. Because it happens sometimes, due to anger, my physical, I kind of, like I started shivering on during that time, conflict, and
Yeah.
so I don't want to raise that. So it's better to cut that and move away from that side.
Right. So the conflict feels like it is a dangerous environment. It is going to cause some harm to us.
Yeah.
So we try to escape out of it. Yes.
So I try to cut down and just move it up from that place, from that
Right.
area. Okay, I don't want to be there.
Right. Yeah. Yes, that happens for many of us.
So that's my strategy only.
Yeah, it's okay. That is the current strategy. So it's important to understand what's really happening,
Mhm.
and then we will see whether it is useful or not. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, Kamalji.
And the second is the one affirmation which we say every day: nothing and no one can disturb my peace of mind.
But
One
anybody
affirmation. So I keep regularly, doing that affirmation. Nothing and no one can disturb my peace of mind. That's it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Ultimately, that intention, that consciousness is there. Then yes, that's true. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that. Okay. How about others? It's really important and interesting to understand what do we do when we are facing with conflict, and then we will see what to do about it. But first thing is to understand what we really do when we face with conflict. So yeah, let's all discuss. I think all of them really brought it out very clearly. Gautam ji, Shakti, Reddy garu, Leena ji, Neeti ji, Kamal ji, they really brought it out very clearly. So, and Hasinaji, of course. So let's all talk about it. Ashok ji, Samina ji, Saraswati ji, Jonita ji, Kunain and Kuldeep. Okay, the poets joined just now. So just to reaffirm what we are doing today. Today we are exploring the question that when we are facing conflict, what do we do? What is our natural or the default action or reaction? So that's what we are exploring today. Yes, Gautamji.
The most common conflict is with the wives. In house, that is every day there is a conflict. So when I keep quiet also, that is also make me, that is a generate another conflict. And the conflict is on that what I am keeping quiet. I'm not talking. So if it's suggestion from other member, it will help me.
Okay, so the conflict is there every day with the spouse, and your natural reaction is keeping quiet. Okay. Sure.
Hello.
Yes,
Rama.
Samina.
Yeah, I'd like to come in here. I'd
Yes,
like to ask Gautamji and everyone that if you keep quiet, does not it give the opposite person the happiness and this, that, oh, I can make this person keep quiet and they do more. Is it that
yeah,
way?
Samina ji, that is our next question. So before
Okay.
we jump into that, can we all get what are the various natural or the default actions each one of us
Okay.
face? See, so far we heard that keeping quiet or be silent or react or become violent or anger, confusion, moving away from the situation, right? Those are all the actions we have seen people are demonstrating. So let's also hear from all of us and see what are the other things happening to us, and then we'll explore to exactly the question you asked, Saminaji.
Okay.
So what's your natural action when you are facing conflict? The majority of the time, what's your default action?
Yeah, I try to clear with reasoning, but it doesn't help. So what I do now is, I just walk away from the room,
Right.
but I feel it doesn't solve the problem because it.
That's okay. That's okay. We will come to that. So
Okay.
right now we are exploring what are we doing. So
Yeah.
whether it is helping or not, how do we make it more effective? We will explore next.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now your action is also to move out of it. Instead of facing more problem or creating problem for others, you just walk out. Okay. Right. Yes, Ashok ji.
Yeah. It depends again on whether I am a stronger and senior or I am a junior and the one who is causing. If I am a senior and a stronger, I try to hammer it down. And if I am on the receiving side, then my body language changes.
But by default, you are senior and stronger. So naturally you keep hammer others, right? That's
hammering down my point, sure.
Yeah, that's your natural action. Okay.
Secondly, conflict can be between only two people, but it can be also in writing. And when it is in writing, it's much more serious because you are not able to express or voice out your feelings or the anger or whatever the reactions are. And the one which is in writing will have a deep consequences because it cannot be resolved right at that time. The conflict, secondly, the conflict can be raised purposely in the meeting. The meeting discussions also, you call discussions, but as a matter of fact, conflict means difference in opinion. And in difference in opinion is even in our meeting, our conversations, all the different angles which have been express, though they point to the same one, they can also be called as a conflict because I keep quiet and somebody else hammers it down. So anything which is not where the vichar or the thinking is not parallel and crossing one another is a conflict.
Right. So our normal reaction is to prove our point.
Prove our point.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So we'll explore the other things subsequently. Let's hear from others as well. Yes, Yonita.
Ramaji,
Yes, Vetri.
just a quick share. From my understanding, when the conflict comes, whether it is small or bigger, suddenly I feel that my energy flow towards that person or towards that issue stops. It's not that I'm trying to understand, I'm going to solve this. All these are second. But first thing what I witness is, I just put some shutter, like in a shop, you put no tuck, you close it.
Right.
That's what I feel. Though there may be a very important person in my life, very, very important person. But what I do is unconsciously, I just put a shutter, finish.
Right. Like yeah, like Kamal said, move away from that situation.
Yeah, that is all our default.
Even if you are present, even if you are present, you shut it down. Yeah.
But inside, I observe that I just close the shutter.
Yeah. So that's one of the default mode we are in. Okay.
Thank you.
So yes, Kunanji. Sorry, Jonita, I know you may not be able to speak out, so I understand. It's okay. Yes, Kunai.
Yeah, very good morning, Ramaji, everyone all.
Good morning.
Sorry, I couldn't join on time. There was some issue with my laptop. And then I tried through mobile also, but I failed. Now I connected through iPad. So I'm exploring.
Okay.
I'm using for the first time.
You need to buy more devices.
No, luckily iPad saved me. Otherwise, both gadgets failed.
No problem, Kunanji. Go on.
Yeah. So thank you so much. It's a great conversation. Conflict word now doesn't exist in my dictionary. Once upon a time,
wow.
My default reaction was going to the silent mode, sort of giving up, and no further discussion and no talk, just going to within the shell. But now it doesn't exist. Now it's a different approach, and especially since last couple of days when I am in the deliberately expanded state, everything seems possible. And the person to whom I am interacting, or the person who I perceive is the reason for conflict, I develop sort of compassion and empathy for the person, and think from his perspective what's going on in his mind, and how can I serve him, and how can I be useful to him in this situation. So that way I am taking these days. So it's
excellent.
Interesting experience.
Yeah, excellent. I think that's a great thing to do. Yeah, have you really experienced and demonstrated, or it is still there in the mind only?
No, it's started. Demonstration has started within company and with the within family and the friends to whomsoever I am interacting these days.
Excellent.
So it's happening, and I can see the result.
So that's the example for changing the default mode of action when we face with conflict, where going silent or disconnecting, to actually understanding what's really going on. That's a great transformation, Kunanji. Thank you.
And this reminds me always Sukhdeepak sir's statement. He said that we definitely, when we are in the state of conflict, this means we are judging. And I remind myself that this is just an interesting point of view. About your point of view is also an interesting point of view, and the other person's point of view is also an interesting point of view. So that reminder to self removes the judgment, and then looking into the perspective from different direction, it helps. It's helping. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great. Great. Thank you for bringing that out. Yes, Gautamji.
Kunalji, it is a very good the way you have spoken, and we must start in a, you see this environment, what you have taken the right topic, Ramaji, how to avoid the conflict. This is a need of the day, because if in the world, you see everywhere there is started with the COVID infection, this pandemic, people are afraid and conflict started. It was a really infection or not. Then it came to the war, Russia and that Ukraine war. Now, unnecessary, the amusement side also, people used to enjoy the movie theater. Now, they are also, now people are inducing the conflict. Recent days, I don't want to name, you everybody knows, but I don't want to name. But how to avoid this? This is very important today. And that also, this, if you see the media, social media, everywhere, they are poking the people to, they're dragging the people to bring them to the conflict.
Yes.
So we have to maintain this, and this is a very good, how we can avoid, that is a very important. I just jokingly telling that is a conflict with the wife. My wife, every day some problem. If I keep quiet, there is a conflict. So, but just, it is a world is doing it. So we have to be like that. And Punanji, you are correct. That is, we have to make ourselves focus on our positive work. No, nothing. Avoid TV. Somebody has posted, avoid TV and media like that. We focus, work or like that. Somebody came posting from our group.
True. Just to add on, Ramaji,
yes, sir.
Sukdeepak sir's statements always there in my mind. He said that we are bombarded with the negativity of the world.
Yes.
That's the society we are living in. And when he uses the word bombardment, it means the negativity coming from every direction. And that's the external world we live in. But I remember we do have our own internal world here. And this is the world is complete in our control. And Sir has given so many tools to manage this world. And when we can manage this world, then external world doesn't matter. Because ultimately the power what we do have with us as an infinite being, we can manage this world. And when we can manage this world, we can manage the external world as well. So we are lucky to have, we have the tools with us.
Right.
In morning meeting, we started with the tools and we have done this exercise. That is a very good thing. I mean, mind became free of all tension or like that. And that's it. Thank you, Nidhi. You have done a very good. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, the external world is reflection of our internal world. Another saying of, yeah. Thank you, Kunanji. Thank you, Gautamji. Yes. So Kuldeepji, would you like to say what's your natural reaction or action for any conflict? Whenever you face with conflict, what happens to you?
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Earlier days, my reaction was that why somebody is saying or doing things which I do not like. But with the experience and practice, I have come to this conclusion that if I practice two things, the conflict gets removed. One thing is that what is my aim of interaction? And I feel that my aim of interaction with anyone, always and every time, is to empower others. If this is the aim, then I do not think of why. I do not think that this person is in the position of me. But this person may be different. He is different. He is not in my opposition. And I also realized that the negativity which is coming from outside is a part of life. But coming out successfully without affected is the art of life. Thank you. And that's
Thank
what.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Kuldeep. Okay, how about to Vishal ji and Saraswati ji? So what's your action? Yes, Saraswati.
Good morning, all. So I tend to, initially raise my tone, try to dominate, and then I go silent. And probably later I sit back and think what has gone wrong. That's what I do usually.
Right. Okay. So that's the default action. Okay.
Yeah. Or it depends on the situation or the gravity of the situation. If the intensity is, a bit more higher, then I keep quiet. I don't react at all.
Right. Okay. Right. So I think majority of us are doing, either getting confused, anger, raise voice, or just, keep quiet and move away from that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Ashok ji, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I want to add something. Why do you say that the conflict is always disruptive? I am a scientist, and conflict is always welcome. When I do some experiment, when I try something, we do ask, is this the only way or it can be done by some other way? So conflict is not going parallel. Conflict need not be always in the matter of disagreement or violence or otherwise. In every scientific experiment, conflict is necessary. Without conflict, there will not be progress. Well, how there will be progress if there is no other difference of opinion or other opinion is not voiced?
Yeah. So that's the next point.
So sometimes we call it curiosity. Sometimes we call it, let's say, expression. But it basically, if you see, whichever is not in agreement is in conflict.
Yeah. So how do we view conflict? Is another discussion. We will talk about that as well. Yeah, I know. Is conflict necessary? What is the impact of conflict? Is it of any use? We will talk about that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwin. Yes, Vilasji, do you want to say something?
And Ramaji.
Yes, Pananji.
This reminds me, Sukdeepak sir's statement. He always say that each and every experience of your life brings an opportunity to make yourself a better person.
Yes.
So even the conflicts is an experience which we are facing, which we are experiencing.
Right.
So if we keep this in our mind, that this experience which we are labeling as a conflict is an opportunity to learn something.
Right.
And that's what Ashok sir's statement and all the scientific advancement innovations had happened.
Right.
With that kind of mindset of scientists, I believe.
Yes.
So we all have to have that scientific attitude to look into the experience which we label as conflict. So we will find the new ways of making our life with ease, joy, and glory.
Yes. Yes. So now that I think all of us explored, what is our default action or default mode when we face with conflict? I think it is clear that we really don't what to say. Our natural reaction is it really helping us to resolve the conflict? Is it really helping us to get something out of the conflict? I think the answer seems to be no. And why we have become like this, why we are reacting, there are many reasons why it has happened. So let's not explore on that. But now that we know, that our default mode, our default reaction or action is not really helping us or anybody else. So that's I think that's the experience each one of us have. Either we get anger or confusion, or we just move away from that. We are not comfortable in that situation at all, or we raise voice, or we try to prove our point, but none of them are really helping the situation or the self or the others, right? So that's the current situation. But should it be like this? Definitely not. That's where the example of Kunanji's example comes up, that instead of looking at the conflict as the negativity or something painful, something really not desirable, can we look at what is this conflict? What is it going to do? How is it going to help? So let's explore the point of what Ashokji brought it out, that what is conflict? Is it of any consequence? Is it of any use? So how do you view the conflict? So like Ashokji said, it is good. Conflict is the important thing for us to really discover something new. Like Kunanji also said that conflict can be looked at in a positive way. So while by default so far we have been having the thought of, oh, conflict is not desirable, conflict is really creating problem, conflict is painful, can we explore with a little bit more enhanced and open way and see what can conflict really bring out? Is conflict necessary? Is conflict be useful? See, whether we like it or not, it is there. It is going to be there. You cannot run away from that. You cannot eliminate that. Conflict is bound to be there. But how do you view the conflict? Matters a lot to deal with that. So for example, like Ashokji said, my own view of conflict is that conflict is an opportunity to really come out with something new, something creative. It requires to use our power and our creativity to come out with something completely new solutions. So conflict can create something new. So conflict is creativity. So that is one view. Right. So let's explore all possible views all of us have on what is the importance of creativity, the importance of conflict, and how does it help anybody at all. So would you like to explore that? So Neelamji and Rimji, we have been exploring whenever we face with conflict, what is our natural reaction? So that is what everybody explored, and many of them said that we get anger, confusion, or shout, and then either keep quiet or move away from the situation. And most of us really view the conflict as something not desirable, not good. It's something painful. So that's what we have been discussing so far. So now what we are trying to see is that really what is conflict? Is it of any use? Is it of any consequence? Is it going to help any of us? That's what we are trying to explore right now. Yes, Kunanji.
Thank you, Rama sir. I will request you to invite Reem ma'am, because I know she's a lady. All through her life, she has managed the conflicts in a very beautiful ways. So we should listen from her certain tips, which definitely would be useful for all of us. Reem ma'am, welcome. She has left.
Yeah, she's there. She's there. Yeah, she has come in video.
Ah, yes. So welcome, Sister Reem. Give a big round of applause, friends.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry that I'm not coming often. It's just this hour is very, it has so many things in the same time. So welcome, thank you so much. Actually, I don't know, I feel conflicts are the real times where our real selves are getting really projected. And it is where all the skills and education and learnings and upbringing all come together and come into manifestation. Of course, when we are younger, the way we handle crises and tough times completely different. But with growth and maturity, things get different. And with time, when we look back and we realize how much we surpassed and how much we overcame, we are always happy about the results, no matter what. Even with the losses and with the shortcomings, we still think it had been a very solid mechanism to build the new selves we are evolving to. Now that needs really so much preparation in a way, and so much also day-to-day rememberings. And I would say it requires also 365 days approach, that crisis and tough times and shortcomings will come in each and every life. But how do we get prepared to that is the question. And it is not expecting that something bad is going to happen, but it is just something like any sports person who train herself on daily basis to surpass and to face a match, which gonna take all his energy, all her energy at a certain point. Same rule applies to all those matches take place in our lives. That kind of level to strengthen ourselves and not take things easy in a way. Take it easy in a way at the psychological level, but at the perseverance and at the training level, a lot of discipline should be applied, I would say, on the daily life when we are not really stretched. Because when we are not stretched, it is the time when we stretch ourselves intentionally. And we find ourselves ready when things stretch us outside our daily expectations. With that, I would say this is a very general rule for how and why we should why sometimes crisis and challenges are so important. And I would say challenges should be part of the daily routine of our lives. And every now and then, those challenges should be made higher and made more complicated to us in order to get that brain which jumps over things, get that psychology which broaden itself to endure, and get our physique also to endure and learn how to include any challenge within and take it easy, as it is a life matter. It will pass with serenity and patience, and also scientific approaches. Like, for example, health should be number one and number two and number million. Why? Because health is the real beam which will take our life into wherever we are now. And health and the health issues and the health circle, it is the basic foundation for dealing with those challenges. When the health is good, and that's a 365 days approach with different pillars for that health obtaining, with that, challenges will be very easy to be handled. When the body is strong, mind is strong, psychology is strong, every challenge is just a chance. Now, some issues are much more difficult than others. Here, where we need really also to understand that things get time to boil, and then it will warm back and cool down again. But in that era where things get so much challenging, then we need really to consolidate ourselves and come into group. Something also, one of the lifelong approaches is really relationships and having the great group and the great team around us. And this is also another 365 days approach, that on daily basis we should dig and find and look for better people to surround ourselves with, not only to be prepared for challenges, but also to go through a very nice life. Because once we are having that kind of team around us, life will have a different meaning and more profound meanings. And it will have so much different colors because every friend will add her own really fingertip on our life. And with time, we will all learn that we are there and we become like the oxygen bubble for each and every one of us. And we all there to support each other, not only in the tough times, but also in the nice times. Something also sometimes we don't really realize that it is important also to smile with our friends and to laugh with our friends. Friends are not only a reserve for the tough time. Friends are there to live together and to grow together and to watch the journey together. So there are so many tips and techniques actually, but I would say those are the main things: is living from 365 days, 4-dimensional healthy perspective with all what it takes to make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rimji. Such a beautiful. No?
Thank you so much. I'm going to my gym. It's my gym time.
Thank you. So it's a
sometime if you allow me.
right. Please, thank you. Go ahead. It's a great view you brought in. So conflict is an opportunity for us to demonstrate our capabilities and see something new or the creative thing comes up. I think that's the point Reemji has brought it out, and it's very interesting point of view. So yeah, anybody else? So
yeah,
today,
I would like to add from retrieval point of view.
Yes, sir.
lighter mode.
Yes.
It's a source of income.
Oh yeah, of course.
Civil court, High Court, Supreme Court.
Yes. Dealing with conflict.
Income that living only in conflict.
Yes, that's another interesting view, that conflict is an excellent source of income. Thank you, Ashokji. Right. So I think from whatever we explored so far on what is our natural reaction, I think it is not of great reaction. It is not of great use. We can look at the conflict in a different way, and we could act and react in a different way. So we will explore that going forward. I think today we just explored what is our natural reaction. Is it of use? I think let's reflect on that, and let's particularly reflect on, okay, if there is a conflict, how else we can deal with that so that it becomes useful for us and others. Whether we can create something new, whether it can be something useful, powerful, whether we can use our capabilities, whether we can really gain something out of it. Like Ashok just said, even the actual physical money, or like Kunain just said, new experiences. So let's keep thinking in those lines, and we will explore further in the subsequent sessions on how to deal with the conflict in a better way and what the conflict brings out. All those things we'll explore going forward. I think today, it is a great session to explore what we explored so far. Thank you all very much for being here and contributing and doing great things. But we will close it after our poets say their shairis, and then we will close it. Pranji, do you want to say before that?
And just to add one point, my takeaway from today's conversation,
yes, sir.
Rama sir, is I think like me, most of us have the meaning of conflict in a negative way. And throughout my life, this is what, when the word conflict comes, it gives a perception, oh, this is not good, be away.
Yeah.
But today's sessions, the takeaway for me is that welcome conflicts, like conflicts, look for conflicts in a positive way. So if I can shift thinking the conflict as a bad thing and shifting it to the good thing, although it's not good and bad, but it's like labeling the situation as a conflict which is not good, and shift, then it is good. Let's welcome. Let's be curious. Let's find out what's there for me and what's there for other person. How can I help? So that shift will be useful, and that's what my takeaway of today's conversation, sir. Thank you so much.
Great, great. Thank you, Kunalji. Thank you. Yes, Kuldeep ji, would you like to share some shairis? Before that, let's listen from Vetri. Yes, Vetri.
Sir, amazing discussion. I would like to add something to it, which I love from one of the spiritual masters.
Yes.
He says, if you are not standing for something, you will fall for everything. Meaning, if you are not holding on to some, like Kunalji said, expanded mode or something. One small example I would like to give. See, I want to show you this beautiful these things. No? Just a second. Oh, front camera comes or not? I don't know. Second. What they say, there is an artist or there is a sculpture. He's doing beautiful work. He's busy with that particular work. Will he complain less sugar in his coffee? Will he see all the conflicts in every situation? Because he is so busy in his creation. Like he's just sculpturing some work or he's doing painting. I'm just giving this painting and sculpturing for an example. But what I understand from that quote is, if you stand for something, you will not fall for everything. So conflict will go away if you are holding on to something. Thank you, Ramaji. I just feel like sharing this to everyone. Thank you very much.
No, that's really beautiful, Vetri. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Yes, Kuldeep.
I also remember one point.
Yes, sir.
That when everything appears to be going against you, or every situation look conflicting, please remember that airplane takes off against the wind, not with the wind. So that is the opportunity to prove ourselves, and it is a welcome sign to be there. Now 2 lines. They say that whatever we do, we are recognized by that. Means एक ही आपके कर्म ही आपकी पहचान है. आपके कर्म ही आपकी पहचान है, वरना एक नाम के दुनिया में हजारों इंसान. Means our work is our identity card. They show what we are. Otherwise, for one name, there are millions of people in the world for the same name. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, Kunalji.
Yeah, thank you, sir. हिंदी में कहते हैं कि राह संघर्ष की जो चलता है वही संसार को बदलता है. राह संघर्ष की जो चलता है वही संसार को बदलता है. जिसने रातों से है जंग जीती, जिसने रातों से है जंग जीती, सुबह सूर्य बनकर वही चमकता है. सुबह सूर्य बनकर वही चमकता है. So conflicts are there and we all are the winner if we go through that. So that's my point.
मुझे भी एक शायरी याद आई अभी. कोई ट्रांसलेट कर देना. वो था कि जिंदगी का ये हुनर भी आजमाना चाहिए, जंग अगर अपनों से है तो हार जाना चाहिए.
Good.
तो कभी कभार
और सभी लोग अपने हैं. We learn the lesson of the oneness. Everyone is one. We all are one.
Conflict.
Kunalji, can you translate?
कमल जी, वो तो अच्छा शायरी है, हमको ट्रांसलेशन भी चाहिए.
Maybe Kunal can translate it.
Yeah, repeat.
जिंदगी का ये हुनर भी आजमाना चाहिए.
Yeah. So we have to learn this skill also of the life.
जंग अगर अपनों से है तो हार जाना चाहिए.
So if there's a war with someone very close to us, we should lose the battle. We should lose the war intentionally.
We are doing it every day. Kamal, hindsight.
Great, wonderful. बहुत अच्छी है जी.
खाना नहीं मिलेगा वरना. Okay, thank you.
Right. Thank you, Kamal.
Thank you, thank you.
Great. So it's a great exploration. So Saminaji, I think we all understood our natural reactions are not helping. So we will think through how do we deal with that in a different way. So we will explore those things in the subsequent sessions whenever it comes up tomorrow or whenever it comes up. So thank you all very much. We will see you all tomorrow, 7 o'clock at Empowering Morning Conversations. Sorry for starting today's session a little bit late. There was some confusion. So we'll make sure that we are on time tomorrow. Thank you very much.
And I think tomorrow sir will be available, right, sir?
Yes, I think he's available tomorrow.
So he's traveling today, so
yeah,
wish him safe journey. And then inshallah we'll meet tomorrow.
Right.
Stay safe,
Bye-bye.
stay healthy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Everyone.
What's this?